But I've said this before, but let's drop it all.
Welcome to the So Chanel Chronicles. I need to sell these purses edition. Yes, but before we get into it, you know what to do. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, also leave us a comment, and cut your notifications on. So yes, she is still trying to sell the purses, and she had to turn it up, y'all. Oh yeah, because she wants $5,000 for some of these purses, or $4,400, whatever. Anyway, some of my people on TikTok was telling me that some of those purses might be from DHgate. But anyway, let's get into it, y'all. It's all.
I had this closet done to house all these things that had so many of my memories attached to them, good and bad. And then I spent probably about 3 or 4 months not even able to come up in here.
I have one question. Can this young lady ever be happy? Can you at least act like you're happy? Are you really trying to sell these outlandish, quote, designer purses that could possibly be from DHgate because the zippers are kind of thick, and be sad? Like, I'm not getting the vibes of, oh, let me go ahead and buy these miserable purses, that have made her so sad. Like, you guys who actually watch her and follow her, do you guys really buy into this?
And then I felt ashamed about it. Because I wanted to be in more control of myself. And then I thought I did this, and it's beautiful, and it's a blessing. And some people won't ever experience it. And some people will experience more, and some people will experience far less. And it's a blessing, and I'm running from it.
First of all, she need not to be worried about what people have and have not, because she's sitting here crying in front of social media talking about she was miserable, and she is standing in front of goddamn Saks Fifth Avenue in her room, okay? Having a whole bunch of things does not make you happy. It's not making her happy. So, that's her little pride trying to oh yeah, I had these purses. That's because that's what you desired. You took your credit and you bought those things from Louis Vuitton or DHgate. Just keep it real. Don't nobody want that. At least I don't. And I hope nobody's really buying into this misery. Come on, this is ridiculous.
I'm not running from this space. I'm running from what's in it. And I'm not running from the items that's in it. I'm running from what the items mean to me. And that means I'm running from the feelings. I couldn't even come in here.
Honey, what are you wiping away? There are no tears. It's like she ain't drinking enough water today or something. It's like it's a little glistening, and then it just not. Anyway, she got a little mucus going on, but I think that's because she smokes. I am not fooled by this person. She has run into a muck, and she thinks selling these purses are going to be the joint, but it's not. Nobody is buying them. They're not flying off the shelves as quickly as she would like. And she's trying to pull out 2019 So Chanel when she crying. But you can't do that over something you're trying to sell, chick.
I couldn't even come in here. I'll take this bag last. Let me show you the strap. So this one I'm going to be working on tomorrow. But this one is going to be a little bit more work for me because Dior sells this bag for $5,200.
Yeah, Dior on their site is charging $5,400. Dior, you can't sell them bags for that. Nowhere near. They're used. And you didn't even pay for them. So why would you even pay for that price? So why would you even require somebody else to even pay close to that? See, to people who may be thinking about buying these purses from her or anybody else, you guys need to know the difference between replicas and the real deal. And it comes down to just the zippers and the little fine lines. And the thing about it is you just won't know by her, just showing it on display. It's kind of tough. So yeah, do your research. Make sure if you're going to spend the money, any type of money, go and see the differences between real bags and replicas, because she's selling these like they are authentic real bags, and they may not be. I don't want to see y'all get ganked.
Yeah, this bag cost $5,200. I was in a different place. I know y'all like, this one got me. Somebody was on one of my posts. That's why I don't really go back and forth to the post, because it's always going to be some ignorant, dumb crap. Somebody was on the post and said, this bag is more than a mortgage, no thanks. And I'm like, some people's mortgage is way more than this. Some people's mortgage is way more than this. Another lady said, the only way I'm paying that much for a bag is if it's signed by Beyonce. If it was signed by Beyonce, you pay far, far, far more than that, or you would have gotten lucky enough to be close to Beyonce, which I doubt would have happened. So it just... Just don't go to those comments first. So the best way to get information about these bags is to email me. And I have a whole flow so that I don't get too caught up with somebody that's kind of trying to just email just to be emailing. It's a seamless process, very painless, but that is one of the reasons I have to do. And I don't want to be shamed for having a $5,200 bag. Like, period. I just don't. I'm not the only person in the world, so I just don't go in it. This is the inside. I can't even get y'all deep enough. And I just got my nails done, so I know I'm like super ashy. She be like, you just gonna leave ashy like that? And I'm like, because my seats in my car are suede. I'm not finna get all that oil on my car. I'll be ashy. I'm gonna be ashy in front of people too. And it's just gotta happen that way. I'm not, yeah, I forget. They got the little flap, you know, to protect your stuff. Brand spanking new. And let me show you the strap. So these ones I'm gonna be working on tomorrow. It's just that you either into it or you're not. If you are not, I don't mind. I don't mind. If you're not into it, I don't mind. But trying to shame me and other folks for it is just not the thing to do. Paid $1,700 for my GM LV, never full, and now it's 22, and now it's 2,200. I think you're saying now it's 2,200. The bags look brand new. They are like they are. I mean, they just are. They are not my bags. Some of these bags have maybe 3 carries on them, but most of them I carried one time. When I was buying these bags, I was in a period where I was buying like multiple bags at a time. I went into Louis Vuitton, so, and I just never imagined I would live that life. And it's really the same thing as going into. It got to a place when I took everything out and put everything, when I built my closet last year and I took everything out and I put it all in here, that is when I realized I had all these experiences, because what I was doing essentially, really, truthfully, what I started doing was I was trying to create an air of scale. I wanted my brand to feel luxury, so I paired it with luxury things, and I didn't understand it when I first started doing it, so then I started doing it differently so I could actually be having the luxury experience and not really be faking that. And then next thing I know, I was enjoying the luxury experience, and then when I realized it, I was in a state of depression, and I was just shopping to make myself feel better. It really went like that. I worked myself up to a place, and the work it took to get to that place cost me. And unfortunately, my addiction, I don't even know if I can call it an addiction. Well, I think I can call it an addiction. I just think that calling it an addiction makes me feel shame. And I don't want to feel shame. So in this moment, I'm just going to allow myself to feel the shame because it's true. Some of these bags I bought so rapidly. I was rapid fire shopping because I had returned to a place where I was depressed and I didn't really know why. And I was doing what I thought would make me feel better. And over my life, it was a period of time after I had Lauren that I found out I was pregnant with Nick. And I started compulsively shopping for maternity clothes. Because it wouldn't make no sense to me buying that else. And a period of time after I had Jordan, and we had just moved, I had just moved into a brand new house we built from the ground. Me and my first husband, we built the house from the ground. And we moved into that house in July. We had Jordan in August. And then we bought a vehicle that we previously hadn't had to know. We bought a vehicle in October. So from July to October, my life had changed so much, and it felt like so much was so much responsibility had happened, I became depressed and I started shopping. And at that point in time, I would shop and then I would hide those things. I wouldn't even ever wear them. I wouldn't never use them. I would just hide them. So I got to a place last year after my daughter left and after I had hit that burnout space, and I just didn't have anything to do to avoid those feelings and those emotions. I was just shopping. I was just shopping. Then I realized I'm shopping. It was one thing when I was shopping when I was working 17 hours a day and when I was posting all day long. But here I am. I'm pulling myself off social media. I'm being attacked on social media. But I'm shopping way more than I ever had before. I was telling a lady today, I went from shopping hard. I went from saving hardcore. I was saving feverishly to shopping feverishly. So I think that's why it has become easy for me to let go of these bags, because I know that I bought all these bags in a totally different headspace. And I don't even have the capacity to enjoy them the way I know a real bag lover can. And it wasn't retail therapy because some of it wasn't even a thought. Some of it wasn't even a thought. I was at a point in a state of depression, in a state of denial, in a state of transition, in a period of change. I didn't know how to transmute my pain into anything else. And some client advisors that were super friendly and super good at their job found the perfect client in me. And it's crazy because as I go through the bags, I get to process. As I go through the bags, I get to process what it was at that time. This probably makes sense. I get to process what it was at that time that I was going through. So I'm so glad that I had the foresight enough to take care of the pieces. I'm super grateful that God is matching me with buyers for the pieces, because at the end of the day, I accepted it. I was like, hey, if I don't sell them, I don't sell them. But and the crazy thing is, I told my therapist, I said, I think I'm depressed shopping again. And she was like, you again? And I said, yeah, I've done this before, but it wasn't on this scale, so I can't really tell you. I said, but my income wasn't on that scale is what it is now. So I guess they kind of match, but it's really no point in it. And I feel like I justify with myself, and my husband won't stop me. And I'm telling my therapist, and my therapist was like, she didn't dismiss it, but she didn't really take it that serious. So this was a fight. This was a stop that I had to do for myself. And now I'm having to like really trust myself again. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.